One of the techniques we can talk about in meditation is the pause technique.
When we meditate, we introduce far-reaching and long-lasting benefits into our lives. We lower our stress levels, gain a deeper understanding of our pain, connect better with others, improve our focus, and cultivate kindness towards ourselves. Therefore, it's essential to familiarize ourselves with comprehensive meditation techniques to fully reap the benefits of meditation. We're delighted to have you join us in this video about meditation. In our previous two videos, Prof.Danesh discussed the scabbard technique and the silence technique, both of which have significantly contributed to the field of meditation. If you find yourself constantly drained by the flurry of thoughts and mental conversations, the technique we'll introduce in this video could be immensely helpful. It's a step towards achieving peace and mindfulness. Pay special attention to the end of the video, where Professor Danesh will offer an effective solution. Important point: this meditation technique can be used by anyone, regardless of their age, physical condition, or prior knowledge of meditation. Let's listen together.
One of the techniques we can talk about in meditation is the pause technique. And so far, perhaps in no source or in any of the teachings that talk about meditation has this issue been addressed. We are in a chaotic intersection. Several thousand thoughts take shape in our minds daily, and a great deal of data enters our thoughts. And with the pause technique, we stop everything.
To better understand the pause technique, imagine you're in a chaotic intersection where a large number of cars, people, and events are taking shape every moment. And a person is repeating an important code with a very low voice, and we need to hear it. But with this hustle and bustle, we can't hear that quiet murmur, so we need to create a calm. One of the techniques that helps us is this pause technique. That is, we stop all this process of commuting cars and hustle and bustle all at once by creating a red light and put an end to all the comings and goings and hustles. The pause technique works like a red light.
We pause all the processes taking shape in our minds. We give them a stop. And a human is capable of doing this. When we do this, the abundant energy spent on unfounded thoughts, empty thoughts, thoughts that fundamentally do not solve any problem for us, thoughts whose existence or non-existence is not fundamentally important. We block a large volume of these. The abundant energy spent on these thoughts is stored within us to be used in the direction of tranquility and mindfulness. Therefore, in that noisy, traffic-filled, and congested intersection, we suddenly create a silence. We stop everything and use the pause technique.
Close your eyes and turn off your mind. Take a deep breath and see yourself in the present world. Don't think about the past, the future, or anything else. Imagine that you are now outside the Earth with a spaceship and are seeing the Earth from outside of the atmosphere, in silence and in absolute peace. This feeling of lightness is the state that we should always have. Share your feelings.
With this pause, we can fully feel the large amount of energy that has accumulated within us. We always need to get ourselves used to applying this pause technique in different parts of our lives.
In the conflicts and arguments that usually occur between individuals, everyone tries to respond to each other, inflict harm, or display reactions. With the technique of pause, we can pause for a few seconds without making any decisions, without giving any answers, without creating any conflicts, and put ourselves in the pause system. For example, someone asks us about our opinion on a certain matter. Quickly announce your opinion. Say, "Let me. Give me a few minutes." In those minutes, we become completely focused, stop the rush of different thoughts in our minds, and use the pause technique in order to give the best response.
This technique applies to all aspects of human life, in moments of conflict, meditation, worship, decision-making, and aesthetics. When we want to observe a phenomenon, we pause. For example, we just focus on the sunrise, just focus on the beauty of the moon, just focus on looking at a flower. These are different pauses. If we understand the pause technique, we can slowly immerse ourselves in the awareness of the present moment, perceive the present moment. The present moment is essentially a pause that repeats itself between the seconds of our lives, and a human has the ability to create a pause. With this technique, we can organize a large part of their thoughts and energies, become aware of the tremendous energy that is being wasted every second, and concentrate that energy on useful and constructive actions that we should take.
In fact, Professor Danesh's definition of a pause means recognizing the present and then living in the present, which is the essence of life. Today, specialists working in the fields of thought and technology have concluded that due to thoughts that have no fundamental basis, we are losing energy severely. It's strange that social networks, events, and news are involving our thoughts in different sections and wasting our energies. While if we acquire the skill to create a pause and develop a delay, we can become aware of all our energy resources and bring them all after the pause, and employ them at the right time and place. And we can make use of our own forces. So, this matter can greatly help us to concentrate and find energy to solve problems and engineer our minds in the direction of the right path and employ energies in a productive manner.
One of the ways to use the pause technique is to pause in breathing. When you breathe, you perform an inhale, hold your breath, and typically you immediately perform an exhale. This means there is no gap between your inhale and exhale. You are completely doing this in an automatic back and forth motion. In the pause technique, you can perform this movement and then hold your breath for a few seconds and then perform the exhale movement twice. When you hold your breath, it will greatly help you perceive the concept of pause and the concept of the present moment. Amidst the uncontrollable whirlwind of our daily activities, jumping from one thought to another, from one state to another, from one action to another, with this pause we create, we find a short opportunity to understand the significance of the pause and the significance of the present moment, appreciating it with this very simple technique.
Thank you so much for being with us until the end of the video. I appreciate your presence in the video and the time you've spent with us. I'd be delighted if you share your experiences with us so that in the next video, we can be joyful and full of energy.